Hey guys, a beautiful welcome to you to Panuka Farm. This is yours truly, Mr. Panuka, and I just want to give you an update on how our papaya plantation is doing. You may have actually watched our launch video for the papaya, so I'm gonna just give you a bit of a rundown on how the plantation is doing and faring. So you can actually see from the other side there, the much younger papayas, but you can actually see that the fruiting has also intensified actually, much as it's smaller. You can actually see right here. There's quite a lot of papaya that has already come up, um, and then let me also just take you to the other papayas. You actually note that in this papaya plantation we have more species, given that we've got some leeches. You can actually see some lychee there. So the papayas are just a placeholder for say 5 years, and then after that the leeches are actually going to take over. So that's the papayas here, and now we can actually go to the other side of the papaya plantation for you to see exactly what's going on. So what you have here is a couple of male papayas. This is how they look like, just in case you don't know the difference. um, so we haven't removed them. I think for us we looked at the ratio of the male versus the female. For others, they actually want to go guns blazing, absolute. But for us, I think we're pretty comfortable, given that we have more, females. Over 90% are actually, female, papayas. You can actually see these are doing very well. Um, and so again, look, in farming, you have to choose your battles. You know, um, look at that. These are some of the other, papayas coming up very well. This is this side of the plantation. And what we've actually seen now that it's been raining quite, heavily, um, is that the papayas are actually doing far, much better. I will show you the much older, papayas that we planted when it was in the dry season. The production at the time was highly, highly compromised. But now that it's been raining, you can actually see the soil is wet. Um, the performance of the papayas, especially for the younger, even the older plantation, is doing pretty well. Sometimes they actually get this loaded. You can actually see like this one. It's pretty quite heavily loaded. So right now we're just waiting for them to begin to intensify the ripening process. Um, you may actually recall that when it comes to fruits, um, they're very good friends with the sun. So most of the ripening is actually usually engineered by, sunlight. Yeah. So this is about this other section of, papayas. So let me just now go to the older, papaya. Um, this is the older, papayas this side. And you actually note that now they are actually guns blazing in terms of production, but not too long ago, unfortunately, you actually find that the production was a bit compromised, but now it's very good rainfall. I think we're good to go. Look at that. But what you actually note from an adaptation perspective in terms of climate, we already have this irrigation setup here. So we're not waiting to be hit. As soon as the rains bid fair, then we hook up our irrigation system, and then we are good to go. So let's keep checking this papaya plantation, how we're doing. Yeah, more papaya here. This is the older, plantation. So this is older, and then this other side, it's younger. So it's very important from a production consistency perspective that you stagger the production so that you don't have these, getting ready at the same time. So let me see if I can find some slope somewhere, because it's quite jam-packed here in this papaya, forest. Let me just dive in so that I can begin to show you some of the other fruits. You can actually see right there. And then if I bend, you actually note that there's quite a lot of papaya. It's a forest, guys. Okay. It's quite a thicket. So some of them right here. Let me again go and show you the other side so that you see what's going on. So this is the update. Now, like we indicated earlier, this is quite a massive papaya, plantation by any means. And so this is not something that you outrightly just go for. You need to be very sure that you've got, good market. But sometimes you actually take a gamble. Just like ourselves, slightly we did a bit of a gamble, but we have, market for it. But, it's just caution to you guys. When you see something this beautiful, it's good to be, motivated, but make sure that you make calculated risks. Don't just go guns blazing and think you can cut and paste this. Look at your water. Do you have enough, water? That's very important. So, yeah, this is about, this, plantation. Let's take a bit of a deep dive so that you see what's going on right here. So just look at that. In all directions, you can actually see lots of papayas. These guys are now beginning to, rise up. But this is where we had a bit of compromised, production. But yeah, we're good to go now. So lots of papaya. Yeah, look at this guy. It's quite loaded. And this guy. So literally, in every direction that you look, it's papaya galore. Look at that. So this is about this, plantation. And one of the things that you actually note that, this is straight, but in whichever direction you look, we've got straight lines. Okay, that's very important in terms of just orderliness in your production. And this is why I say, whether you're actually a small-scale farmer, in the head, in terms of the way you farm, you must actually approach this from a commercial perspective in terms of the ethos. Okay. So, all right, guys, I guess this gives you a glimpse of what's going on with this papaya plantation. We have been harvesting for the last 2-3 weeks, but now that we have cloud cover, it's been raining, so the ripening process is a bit slower. But of course, as the heat units pick up, we expect most of these to actually begin to turn and ripen. Of course, one of the tricky issues with papaya is that it is actually a perishable product. So you have to be very careful in the way you do, handle it. And so, yeah, that's one of the issues that we've actually picked up. And that's the more reason, again, stagger it, make sure that you understand how to handle this. So, guys, this has been yours truly, one Mr. Panuka, Bruno Mwemba from Panuka Farm. And again, for more of these nuggets, remember to download our app, our mentorship app, the Panuka AgriBiz Hub. You can find that on Play Store, and we already have 3 courses there: one on accounting and financial management, fundamentals for a farming enterprise. We also have a course on fundraising, And then we have one on risk, which has almost 80 videos. Very, very critical courses. And then in the coming weeks, we are launching the fourth course, which is called how to optimize factors of production for a farming enterprise. So we strongly encourage you to download our app, Panuka AgriBiz Hub, on Play Store. But pretty soon, I think before June, we will have a web app and a desktop, app where you can actually find all these courses. And we are also adding, some tools that you can actually use for financial management, and also a directory for agribusiness, services, especially in terms of linkages to financial services. So, yeah, this is our plan, and yeah, hope you look forward to plugging in into the Panuka AgriBiz, holistic, platform. And one of the things that we actually guarantee is that, you know, in there, um, you're actually getting tutored by your fellow farmers. And what we have here is basically evidence of what we are able to do. And so it's not just a bunch of motivational speakers, but then you are actually able to see exactly what the knowledge that we are imparting on the AgriBiz Hub is able to do. So, guys, have a lovely one. Bye bye. I remember I actually said bye already, but yeah, quite talkative.